Hey guys, this is Technic with Atlanta Phoenix Guard, and today we're going to be reviewing a copy of the Lethal Gaming Gear Jupiter Pro sent to us by our sponsor at Lethal Gaming Gear. Support your local Georgia and Atlanta based companies and use code PXG at checkout for a percentage off when you decide to buy this beautiful new pad. This mouse pad is incredibly slow and incredibly controlled. We have the X-Soft variant here, where they also sell it in a soft and a firm, just depending on what your personal preference is. For those of you who haven't purchased a mouse pad with a pour-on base, that's just this lovely squishiness to it that during queue time I just sit here and press because it's so soft and it's so beautiful. Please, Lethal, I'm begging you, redo the Saturn Pro with this pour-on, and I will sleep on a stack of them at night, which at this price point for $40 is a possible solution compared to some pillows prices. But we're not reviewing pillows today, we're reviewing mouse pads. This is a buttery, smooth, creamy surface. Referring to this as a mud pad feels derogatory, which that is the categorization that it's in, but mud pad has always felt derogatory. This doesn't feel like I'm dragging the mouse through a bunch of mud, which is what that statement means. It is just creamy, it's a nice glide, and it is wonderful for tack shooters. I have had better clips, which I'll post some gameplay footage in here that I've used on this. I have had some very, very good clips out of this mouse pad that I wouldn't have felt as comfortable getting if I was on a Saturn or a slightly faster pad. Valorant and CSGO have been phenomenal on this pad. Overwatch, I feel like I have a little too much of an issue when I do those micro adjustments or for tracking. But in Valorant or CS, when I'm just holding an angle and I'm waiting and I'm doing that micro adjustment, here's ahead, here's ahead, here's ahead, it's very comfortable and it just feels natural to my aim. This is on a Viper V3 Pro using Ghost Glides. For comparison, with this X2H ES, these are still stock Pulsar skates. So the pad's a little bit faster and doesn't feel like it drags as much, but you can see how it just kind of grips it there compared to how this does. This is a faster glide, but I do feel it grip on those skates more. For a G Pro using core pads, feels about the same as the Ghost Glides, really. Maybe a little bit slower. Your mileage is going to vary. For these smaller core pads on this final mouse, I can feel, because those edged points, it digs into the X-Soft material a little bit, just depending on the angle that I'm coming in, and I can feel it grip to that corner or that edge, just depending on where it sits when it's being pulled. But I have, a lot of arm hair here, which is why normally I use a sleeve. I've had no problem with this gripping onto my hair and doing that little pull like, say, a Heian or a Saturn does. It also is pretty good about not attracting hair. I have a couple of cats in here. I have a 3-year-old who makes a constant Hot Wheels mess. There's dust, and this pad stays nice and clean. It's a lovely polyester blend is what they're calling it, which is as much information as they kind of give out on what it is, so nobody can copy it. These beautiful stitched edges, which, as somebody, kudos to the factory that's making these, because I've had some stitching issues with my recent order from Artisan. If you can tell it right there, it's hard to make out. On both my new Heian copy and my new Zero copy, kind of in those edges. Whereas on this pad, no problem. Stitching is gorgeous. You don't feel it at all. It's absolutely wonderful. 4mm thickness on this soft and X-Soft. Firm is only a 3mm thickness. The price point is phenomenal with the sale they have going on right now. This pour-on is unlike anything I've used. I am, again, begging for Saturn Pro to get an update to this new pour-on. I will not use another mouse pad. I will sleep on a pile of these like a pillow. Please give me a Saturn with this pour-on. If you are into tack shooters at all, you need to be heavily considering this mouse pad because I think you're going to absolutely love it. Thank you again to Lethal Gaming Gear for being so kind and genuine. The best people you are going to talk to. They are just wonderful, good people who really care about their product and genuinely care about their customers. And with all that being said, please excuse the quality of my voice during this review. Still recovering from a case of COVID, which has not been a good time. Use code PXG at checkout. Pick up yourself a copy of the Jupiter Pro, and we'll see you on the next review.